tendency to open it more. They get through it much more quickly. They don't put it off to the side, and it's accomplished its job. It's done a brand reinforcement for you, which continues to build that relationship. So that's my suggestion. Stop sending newsletters with multiple subjects in it.
I love that, because people generally will spend 90 seconds on things like that. And
90.
You think so?
I think 10.
10? Okay. I think I get it for about a minute to 90 seconds. But that has been very effective for me as well. I used to do multiple sections and give them different things, and I just decided to have one theme per month and attach it with a podcast on that subject that they can tune into later in the month. And that's working really well. Marty?
Well, if there's one takeaway that I would offer is, I have a gazillion of them, but one of the things I'd like you to take into consideration is, you know how you all want to get noticed? You know how you want someone to follow you? So go out and do it for others. If you start off with going out and recognizing others, sharing their content, acknowledging them, following them, that starts the relationship. I mean, think about it like going to a cocktail party or any kind of a network event. It's always nice to be interested in them rather than to come off interesting. So it isn't about you, it's about how you recognize and acknowledge others. They'll be very grateful for that, and that will start the dialogue and the conversation. It will also help you get over the hump of, I don't know what to say. So don't say anything, share my stuff.
Great. All right, so what we want to do here is hear from you. I know we had a question back there. Go ahead.
There's a microphone in the middle if you want to line up and start asking questions.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to know, what's the typical word count that you recommend when you're writing a blog post? I've heard 400, 800, how many words should it be?
Well, from a content strategy point of developing or growing your website, you want to focus the word count around one keyword, at least 150 word minimum per keyword. So if you're only using 1 or 2 keywords as a focus in a blog, you should go for somewhere around 250 to 500. After that, you're getting into articles, not blogs.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a line going here, and if you have a specific person that you would like to ask your question to, just address it to them. Go ahead.
In my situation, I'm a startup. So I have a product, but I really haven't defined my target audience yet. So therefore, I can't target them if I don't even know who they really are. So if you're a startup company and you're trying to define that, how do you go about it?
Let me take that one. What pain does your product solve?
Well, my product is all about integrating pet products into your home, and they still be beautiful and functional.
Okay, so you're targeting pet owners?
Yes.
And again, what pain is that?
Well, my product is solving the problem of style.
Of style. Okay,
Yeah.
so then I bring stodgy kinds of things
Right.
into. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to target pet owners, right? And where do pet owners congregate and things like that, online, offline, things like that?
Well, you're also looking at fashion or home decor. Pinterest is a great way to investigate. There's a ton of home solutions and tips. So you can begin to investigate on some of these sites who's talking about home decor, and then narrow it down to who has home decor and pets. You can also do some demographic research. Go to the Small Business Library, and there's a ton of data on pet owners, where they are geographically, or if you're going to sell online, and start to follow and look into competitive or like products and see who they're talking to.
And there's a zillion blogs for pet owners online. So,
I'm sorry, can you give us an example of one of your products?
I do pet beds, and I do them in like really high fashion fabrics.
That's so cool.
So take a look at Pet Dreams. That would be your competitor. And see what she's doing. She does very high-end, very expensive pet beds.
And I would just Google pet blogs and see what's out there and see what they're writing about and see what they're doing. Okay.
And I just want to add that I think you're also targeting a very affluential market.
Right.
So be really clear about that and where you invest your ad dollars and things like that. You're not looking at a penny saver audience, you're looking at kind of the higher end magazine type
Yeah,
audience.
good point.
Okay, good luck.
Next.
And I have a dog, you can send a sample bed.
I do too. 20 pounds.
20
My
pounds.
name is Matthew from One Cloud Security, and the concept of going viral wasn't talked about. The question I have is whether or not that's a good goal for a company to have. If so, how is one to be able to do that?
It's a great goal. It's not an easy thing to manufacture. I think every one of us would love to have something go viral.
Here's the key, it's all about kittens and boobs.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, at least that's for YouTube, that's really what it's about.
There was a great example I saw recently on Facebook. A company out of England, I think it was Victoria's Bakery, had posted a picture of cupcakes that they had put little books on top of in icing. And they were darling, you know, it was like The Great Gatsby and classic books. And that photo on Facebook, this was just in the last month or two, it got tens of thousands of hits. They were completely overwhelmed by that. But they had no idea. And if you go look at their page on Facebook, I think it's Victoria's Kitchen, you'll see that they were completely overwhelmed. So is it a good goal to have? Absolutely. But it's, you know, in many cases it's getting lucky.
I would also say two things. Be very careful about viral. Be very careful about what you are going viral about. And as Stephanie mentioned, be prepared to deal with the volume that viral brings. Otherwise, you're going to get buried. And it's going to be a negative as opposed to a positive.
I think if I had my choice, I would focus more on a consistent strategy than trying to put all the eggs in the let's hope it goes viral. It's kind of like betting on a Super Bowl ad, right? All your dollars on one ad, probably not a great strategy.
Well, and also, like I've written, you know, we've all written blog articles, and some of them gain a lot more traction than others. For whatever reason that is, they just do. In a way, you know, when your blog article gets reposted, you know, 583 times, that's kind of going viral in its own way, but in a good way. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, my name's James. My question's about blogs. My company blogs, or I blog for my company, but I don't have a personal blog. I've kind of been avoiding it because I seem like it's doubling up. Do you think it's good to have a personal blog as well as a company blog?
What's your goal?
You want to have your own personal brand.
The goal is to drive business to the company. My personal blog, I have no idea. It's not the reason I don't know.
Okay.
If you don't have a plan for it, probably not. Unless it's something you do for fun or a hobby, but I wouldn't recommend it unless there's an actual goal attached to it.
Are you the owner of the company?
Yes.
I would say no.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people who are employees of companies have their own personal blogs because they're trying to do their own personal branding. Because it used to be that your business identity was tied to your company. Now it's not. Everyone's got their own individual identity and they've got their company identity. But if you're your business, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, leverage your own personal brand on your business blog.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're the brand behind, you are the personality that drives your brand. So you having a blog for your company, just focus on that and get out in front of your company and be the brand that drives your company.
But one of the things I would definitely recommend is make sure that your name is the author, so it's not authored by admin. And the other thing is to install, and if you don't know how to get someone to do it for you, what it's called author tagging, so that you can get author. It literally tells Google that you're the legitimate author for that blog, and it combines your Google Plus and your LinkedIn. It begins to solidify your cookie crumb trail throughout the internet, and it's really important to have that installed on your blog.
Okay, so it's promoting the company, but then promoting me as sort of...
Sure. I mean, your name, especially since it's your company, your name plus the brand name are two key components that will kind of snowball the whole thing moving forward.
Yeah, and just doing it through the one blog and not having to bother with the two. Yeah.
Sure.